Welcome to the Iconic Talk Show in conversation with Nishika Joshi, a content creator and a soft skills trainer.
Hi Niraalee, I'm so glad to be here on this platform and I'm really looking forward to have a great chat with you.
Welcome on board and thank you so much for your valuable time and your presence at the Iconic Talk Show. Let's start off with a very fundamental question. What has been your journey as a content creator and a soft skills trainer?
Yeah, so I remember, now let's go back to some decades when I actually started my career. So even before, starting my career, I was very much scattered. I really don't know what should I do, which degree should I go for, or rather for which course should I opt in. So somehow I was able to get an admission for mass media, that is BMM at that time. And that's how it started. The first year I was like an average student. Second year I was like an average student. But yes, third year was the time during my TY. So I choose, in BMM we usually have two streams. That is, one is journalism and another is an advertising. So I was a person who was more inclined towards journalism. And since, since the time when I joined BMM, I always wanted to be a journalist. I don't know why, but yes, there was this instinct that, I should be a journalist. So I took an admission for it. Lot of, like a Cold War happened in the family. Why you are taking a journalism? What is the need? You should go for ad. But somehow, I was able to convince myself that whatever decision I am taking, it is for my benefit.
Right.
That's how my journalism, journey started. Then I ranked in the college. Then I scored good marks also, and everything was good and happy. But during the same time, that we are so much conditioned in a way, that abhi job to abhi college khatam ho gaya hai, to abhi job karna padega, and all of those, like all the traditional mindset.
Right.
But I never believed on any sort of a traditional mindset. Is because my father and my mother, they both are so independent in terms of their identity, in terms of their educational background, in terms of economics, whatever, all the aspects, these two individuals are so independent, and I've been raised like an independent woman. So, at the end, papa paise denge, mummy paise degi, then go out and do. This is something, that I never wanted to do.
Such a fundamental topic you've come up with, women financial independence.
Yeah. And by the grace of God, I'm really blessed to, have parents, those who are really supportive. Okay, so whichever career or whichever decision I'm taking, whether it is right or wrong, or whether, it's going to be a super successful or a super failure, whatever it is, both of my parents, along with my sister, these three are the strongest pillars of my life. And I really, thank God for bringing them, in my life. Okay, so whatever I am doing today, the success that I'm having, or, the fame or the name that I'm slowly and steadily, which is I'm earning, all credit goes to these three important people in my life, without whom my survival is very much difficult. Okay, and then, from the FY BMM onwards, I started earning, then I started doing internships. So I remember, by the SY, I was completed with 5 to 6 internships. Then when I was in TY journalism, at that time, I got a call from one of the companies saying that, we are, very much looking forward to work with you as a full-timer. Would you like to join us? And somehow, by the time I was working, and during the same time, after completing 4 internships, I was working as a full-timer also with 1 or 2 agencies. And over there, I realized that I am a person who knows how I need to interact. I know सामने वाले के दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, like, how to bring that point back to the table and trying to solve. This is where I started realizing that there is this instinct that, I can be a good trainer. I can be a good leader. I can be a problem solver. Right. So this thought was very much, lingering in my mind. And one fine day, I got up and I told my parents that, Mom and Dad, I want to be a soft skills trainer. There comes, a big question mark, a surprise on their face. And they're like, what are you saying? Like, how suddenly? So I said, I feel, that I have good communication skills. I have good presentation skills. I know how to interact with the another person. So I feel like, I should use the inbuilt skills that I have. I should leverage them and make others also believe on their skill set. And that's how, my journey started as a soft skills trainer. Then, this thought was very much initial. Then I completed my graduation with flying colors. Then I completed my post-graduation. Towards the end of my post-graduation, I realized that now it's a high time for me. ये कुछ ना ऐसे soft skills का मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ ऐसे 2 दिन के लिए आया. भूत, the way हम लोग कहते हैं कि भूत सवार हो गए दिमाग में, उतर जाएगा, वैसे कुछ नहीं था ये. Okay, to be very honest. And then I realized कि dude, this is something that I need to take it seriously. Then I did a lot of research. I enrolled for the course. I finished that course, and that's how my journey as a soft skills trainer started. So this is how, all it began, Niraalee.
It's such an incredible story. Passion plus consistency equals to success. And it's a classic example of this formula.
Yeah.
Which I've coined together.
Yes.
So being a content creator, Nishika, what is the impact do you think social media has on today's generation?
Social media and today's generation, trust me, these two are, the things that they cannot survive without one another. It's because, today what is happening, there is this concept called as a FOMO. Okay, fear of missing out.
Right.
It's there in everyone today. Like if you're going out, you need to click the selfies, you need to, click some fancy pictures, post it on Insta story, post it on Facebook. Oh wow, everything is so classy for them, but in reality it is not. Right. We are not understanding कि हम लोग सिर्फ वो picture just ऐसे flow में नहीं put up करें, is because not in our conscious, but in our unconscious mind, we are having this fear of FOMO. Right? This is something, that social media has done. I'm not saying, entirely the social media is a bad platform to be there.
Right.
Always, that we have been hearing or listening, we have been taught each and every topic or, whatever things that you are choosing, there are two sides to it. So there are always a positive sides and good sides as well. Right. So we need to have, a concrete balance of both of them. You cannot say, कि हाँ मैं तो social media में हूँ, मैं content creator हूँ, तो मैं पूरा social media पे ही focus करूँगी. At the same time, you can't, right? You need to have a balance. Now, I will be honest to you, in how much hours, do we spend on social media now? It's more than 2 to 3 hours a day.
Absolutely.
और हम लोगों को ये पता भी नहीं चलता है, कि we are spending so much of time. इतना टाइम हम लोग कुछ कंस्ट्रक्टिव भी कर सकते हैं, why can't you enroll yourself in a course which will really help you, to get more skills in terms of social media. Then, you can actually convert your passion into your job. Right? So this is something, that we need to understand. Social media is really good. It's really a blessing, but, we should not overuse that.
True.
Is what I really feel. Now, I know people might feel कि अरे खुद तो content में और ऐसे क्या बात करें, but this is the truth. Because, after some time, you start feeling, energy is draining out.
Right.
So why you want to drain your energy in this manner? Why can't we, be so more productive? I have one hobby, right? If you love dancing, go out, dance. If you love singing, you go out, sing. Even for that matter, even if you are a bathroom singer, just go and sing. Because nobody is going to, come and judge you on that.
True. Be authentic.
Right. Exactly. So being authentic and having an authenticity on today's social media is something, that is lost. I'll give you another example, there are so many youths, even sometimes, we also feel like कि हमको good, अच्छा दिखना चाहिए, blush लगाना चाहिए, nice eyebrows, nice eye shades. We are using the filters. So, the originality of who we are or what we are, it's somewhere, it's on the verge of ending.
It's sinking down.
Exactly. So, हमें समझ में ही नहीं आता है कि real क्या है और real क्या है. Right. So, and that's the reason I guess the concept of real has come into the picture, so that you can have a nice fancy lifestyle, have your nice gala time. That's what you can have. But yes, social media can be used for
the good. Real something which I would like to share with you. Don't you think as a content writer that content is king is what I've coined. Yes. And context is King Kong.
Yes, absolutely correct. Bang on. I fully support you for this. Perfect. Yeah.
So let's talk about controversy. Being controversial on social media, and what's your take on that?
See, controversies everywhere. Now, without even naming them, people know what controversies we will be, put forthing up. See, being controversial, it's sometimes good. It might be a bad for your image, right? So at the end, who we are, what we guys are doing, and who we wish to be is all related to how you're portraying yourself.
Right.
So I'm not saying, as a PR professional as well, I can proudly see that controversies होती है, But आपको आपका image क्या रखना है? Whether you want to be a good person, bad person, or a neutral person, that is completely in your hands, right? So there are so many controversies that are happening in today's scenario. It's been almost a month. There are so many controversies that are coming up. They need to take a pause. They need to look at themselves. They need to self-evaluation technique, needs to be applied on themselves first. That's what I can say.
You just spoke about image, Nishka.
Yeah.
Urfi Javed, for that matter. She has the image of her own on social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of controversy amongst her style.
Yeah.
And rating her as an image.
Yeah.
What is reflecting her image. So what is your take on that?
Now, Urfi Javed, I must say, I must appreciate her for the guts that she has. मतलब कुछ भी पहन के वो जाती है ना, she gets likes on Instagram.
Electrifying confidence?
Yes. She's having a lot of confidence. Today, if I have to go out somewhere, not just me, even it's the same with you also, right? Like with all the women around, we will look into the mirror 100 times, touch up karenge, lipstick lagaenge, wo lipstick ko mita denge na again. So this is what it is. But whatever she is doing, whatever clothes she's wearing, salute to her confidence. Yaar, kidhar se laati hai wo itna confidence? I need to, she should write a book on it, I feel now.
Absolutely. The kind of, niche which she's coming to with her style and being the style icon. And actually she's made that image for herself in the image industry, in the social media industry, being a controversial subject out there.
Yes.
I think hats off to her confidence.
Yes, absolutely.
And label it as electrifying confidence.
Absolutely. I agree to you.
Yeah. Cringe content and quality content. So when I'm talking about cringe content, there are a lot of, content writers who are writing quality content.
Yeah.
Cringe content, there are also content creators in across the globe which are writing content which is not, it's cringe content and it's not quality, and they yet have likes, they yet have followers.
Yeah.
And vice versa, we talk about quality content. There are content writers writing content which is absolutely appealing, but again they don't get followers and likes. So what is your take on cringe content and quality content?
This is individuals' perception about the cringe content and quality content.
Give me an example, please, with each of them.
Okay. So, for example, there are some people in any of the community, if any of the stupid reel is also coming on Instagram, वो trend बन जाता है यार, like, हो जाता है trend. Then, there are some really a good motivational speakers that are there. For example, TEDx Talk. Right. They are having some amazing reels that are coming on Instagram. People nowadays, they are really confused कि कौन सा content देखे, because there is so much of content which is available. So people themselves, or rather, the audience or the masses themselves are confused कि हमें क्या लेना चाहिए और क्या नहीं लेना चाहिए. Right? This is an individual's perception about it. There are some, youths, since I'm into teaching, I'm working as a visiting faculty. So I've seen, there are some students, though, they will watch a content which is informative, with, having a lot of educational background, with, a lot of research is done. Some students, like watching documentaries. But on the other hand, some may not. Right? So it is entirely their choice. What sort of a content do they wish to see in the future, or what kind of a content, they would like to follow. Right. So that is entirely in their hand. It's good sometimes, on the lazy Friday evening, coming from the work, you can sit and watch a cringe content. Why not?
Right.
It's fun, right?
Absolutely.
You should have fun. Mm-hmm. Why want to skip on the fun part?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the next question, impact on AI on content creators.
It's in our hand now. Again, see, I'm not saying कि पूरा AI बहुत अच्छा है या इसका वो क्यों आया है, it's a threat. It's not. So it's our, I would say, it is in our hands how to take it. Right. So it could be good, it could be bad. But unless, you should have this belief. And I always, tell people around me, my students, my bachas to whom, I usually call them, or kiddos, I have told them, you should have a faith, and you should have, a self-ability to understand कि तुम जो कुछ भी कर रहे हो, और whatever content you are writing or making a plan, it's your hard work, right? So you need to be, very much into it. Right. So start believing yourself. बहुत सारे technology आएंगे. There are so many technologies that are going to come in future also, but it is in our hand, how we are going to take it. So again, having a balance is the most important thing in all the human life. And, I feel after COVID, we all have understood, कि life में balance होना बहुत जरूरी है. You cannot be, so...
You have to have a balance.
Yes, you cannot be, so happy at the same time and bad at the same time, feeling low on that.
I personally feel I am enough.
Yeah.
That's one thing which every human should understand.
Yes.
I am enough.
So you start believing in yourself. There's so many, even students are coming, some of my friends also have their own ad agencies. They come and tell me, अभी तो ये आ गया यार, अभी तो हमारा पूरा धंधा बैठ गया. ऐसा नहीं है. Why you want to have that negative feeling?
Right.
See, it's good at its own position, but we are the humans, right? So it's in our hand, to develop the skills that we have. If you want to be a good content writer, you should have, n number of skills. You should have listening skills. Listening skill, अपने इधर तो सबको सिर्फ बात ही करने का है, किसी का सुनने का नहीं है. So listening skill is one of the important skill. You should have a command over a language, irrespective of your language. It could be English, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Kannada, or any of the regional language. You should, you should have a pride about your own mother tongue. I have seen, I'm myself a Maharashtrian. I have seen Maharashtrians in, within a family, within friends, whenever they go out to the fancy restaurant, उनको शर्म आती है मराठी में बात करने की. Why? कशाला ना, म्हणजे why you want to do it? If you are Maharashtrian, if you are Gujarati, be proud of your mother tongue.
Absolutely.
And people are missing out on these elements. So guys, please.
It's following the trend.
Yeah. You should have reading skills.
True.
People don't want to read. If you don't feel like, reading, I'm not a reading person, yaar, it's okay. You have beautiful, audiobooks to listen. You have podcasts, which we are also doing right now. So they can listen to us, get inspired, and, do a lot of best work in their lives. Start having, ऐसे मत सोचो कि अभी हाँ ये तो problem आ गया है. Now there is no solution to it. You always have a solution, or try to find out an alternatives for whatever, the things that you have. So yeah, this is what it is.
Great. You are coming from the soft skills background as a trainer. So as a trainer, what is your micro niche in the training industry?
Yeah. So it's been now almost 3 years and I'm into soft skills. So my micro niche, if I have to tell you, Niraalee, is I train to the college students because I know they have ample of things, ample of questions.
Right.
And, coming from the same background, because, we were also there where they are today, right? So it's very much, a thing for me, to train the college students. I feel happy. I feel enthusiastic. I feel, like I get a lot of positive energy when I go and interact with today's generation. It's because हमें लगता है उनको कुछ पता नहीं है, boss, they know a lot of things which we also sometimes don't know, right? So my belief is that, youths के साथ ज़्यादा काम करो, work with them, learn from them, and, don't be like a superior personality in front of them. Okay, make them feel like, a home or a family. Treat them like, an individual. You should, never have this barrier of, I'm a trainer, so I'm going to be like, very much like a trainer, like a strict authority. If you try to put forth yourself in that zone, then, then you might be, losing out on the interest that, students might have, to attend your sessions. So I always, make sure that, I'm trying to understand the vibes of each and every, the individual which is there in the room. And that's how, I train them. That's how I create the training programs. And this is how, all the trainings happen in irrespective of the age group.
Right. What are the different training modules you deliver at colleges?
Yeah. So I have a specific course designed entitled as Campus to Corporate, wherein I am training them on art of creating first impression, goal setting, communication skills, interview skills, resume building, group discussions, then also, business etiquette. All these are, the different modules that are there on which I train the students. It also, sometimes depends on the institution, because some institutions, they want, their students to have a great communication skills.
Absolutely.
So depending upon the need of my client, I try to curate something which is the best for them. Right? And this is what, this is how I'm working and operating right now. So this is how, this is what I do in my life as a trainer.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Don't you think communication skills is the fundamental skills required in the Campus to Corporate program?
Absolutely. Because unless and until you don't know how to speak, how to interact, how to, have
communication.
Exactly. Healthy communication and try to avoid the barriers.
True.
Right? So if we are going out. If a person doesn't know, how to sit for an interview, how to interact with, an interviewer, it's going to be difficult for them. But sometimes students feel there is no need. अभी क्या ये 6-7 घंटे का ट्रेनिंग है, पकाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं होता है बॉस. वो पकाना नहीं होता है. It's actually these are the core ingredients, I would say, in your recipe of your life.
Absolutely.
Right? Communication is the fundamental key for us to represent ourselves who we are. Some students or some people, they might not be focusing much on their image part, how they look, how they sit, how they talk. But communication is a thing, that you can actually work upon. If you are lacking behind somewhere, or if you are running behind something, you need to understand why we are doing it.
Absolutely.
Some students, they don't even have a confidence of communicating, or rather having a fruitful conversation with their friends, irrespective of language. They don't know. Because of Gen Z mode, or trying to mix two different languages together, the authenticity of a language is trying to fade away now. It's fading. It's really sad, that we are seeing, right? I'm sure, Niraalee, you must be also observing these things. Irrespective of whichever field we both are working, we have seen these things happening.
Absolutely.
Right?
So in my span of training and development, I just personally have understood and learned that relationships are so important, and relationships are crafted with communication.
Yes.
Communication is the epitome of crafting a relationship, and businesses are done with people who they trust and they know.
Yes.
And that's with my experience. Every business which I have done is on trust and people who I know. Today you are here because I know you, because you trust me.
Yes.
That's why you are here.
Yes.
And that's fundamental, which I've noticed, amongst all the corporate organizations I've visited or with people.
Yeah.
And people skills is so important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nowadays, people also need to have an awareness about interpersonal skills.
Oh, absolutely. Fundamental again.
They lack in it. I, know few of my friends.
Right.
They are, not confident enough to go out and try to interact and try to explore certain things on their own. They don't want to, come out of their comfort zone.
Right.
Unless and until, you are not coming out of your comfort zone, kuch nahi hone wala. Things are not going to work upon.
True.
Right? Things are not going to move slowly. Sabko abhi instant chahiye. Even for that matter, when we say 2 minute mein meri Maggi, it doesn't even, take 2 minutes, it takes 5 minutes. It's just, the thing that these guys are just
The
trying
content creators.
Exactly. This is just the thing that they are saying.
Playing with words again, absolutely.
Exactly. 2 minute में मैगी नहीं बनता है बॉस. मतलब माइक्रोवेव में बनाओ या फिर चूल्हे पे बनाओ या फिर गैस पे बनाओ. उसको 5 मिनट लगने ही वाला है. Right? So वो थोड़ा ना पेशेंस होना लाइफ में थोड़ा नहीं बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. Is what I feel. And after COVID, during the COVID time also, I 1000% sure that you might have also come across the clients who are not patient about the outcomes. They want quick outcomes. Like
absolutely.
अभी क्या तो अभी outcome आना चाहिए. अरे नहीं होगा यार. Like थोड़ा time तो जाने दो. Because we are conducting or we are designing the trainings by understanding the mindset of an organization. Right. So till the time the things are not going inside the organization, till the time it's being not being touched to the person.
I would add in one here, organization need to follow a very, very strict SOP system, systematic operating procedures. When this comes into being, the smooth operations of any organization will be absolutely smooth.
Yes.
Right?
True.
There has to be a system in place.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
You were just talking about patience, and a thought came into my mind with the 3 T's, which just came up in one of my trainings on stage that day. And this is something which is playing in my mind since a couple of days. The 3 T's are T. The first T is talent.
Yes.
The second T is technology.
Absolutely.
And the third T is tolerance. Any organization you go to,
yes,
any company you go to, any corporate house you go to, talent, we have team number of it.
Yeah, India is known for talent.
Absolutely. Yeah. Technology in abundance.
Yes.
And tolerance is something which we need to understand.
Yes.
Respecting and understanding and digesting other people's thoughts and ideas and feelings.
Yes.
Isn't that lacking in today's world?
It's lacking very much. Yeah.
Someone might have philosophy A, but I have philosophy B, but that's okay.
Yes.
Come on the same page.
Yes, people don't have that. As you have said, coming on the same page, people are not even ready or, they are not even perceived to create something, which will try to have a balance again. Like, if a person is having a A theory, Another person might have a B theory.
True.
But what about, if you combine good points from the A and the B theory, your theory C is coming, which is absolutely, going to work for you. People don't understand that because they have no patience and the tolerance.
Absolutely.
They need to work on this.
Lacking is emotional quotient.
Yeah.
They have to lead with a high EQ.
Yes.
Respecting others' opinions, respecting others' thoughts, and respecting others' philosophies is so important.
Yes. True.
Everyone has their own say.
Yes, absolutely.
And everyone has their own mindset.
Absolutely. I agree.
So I think that I just wanted to add that little bit content there for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your message to the youth in today's digitalized world?
Yeah. So be real. Don't, run behind,
Profound.
हाँ मतलब मुझे अच्छा ही दिखना है ये देखेगा वो देखेगा क्यों करना है भाई
True.
खुद के लिए कुछ तो करो.
Right.
You know what when I had some bad phase of my life where I was really down, I was not feeling like go out and do the certain things.
Right.
I realized that I have a lot of potential in myself.
True.
Why can't I put it out? And that's the reason I started following this exercise. I used to get up early in the morning, stand in front of the mirror and just say, hey beautiful, today is the most beautiful day in your life and enjoy it.
Right.
Trust me, when you continuously keep saying these three affirmations, positive attitude and positive image for your own self, these are the three things, that are going to create wonders for you.
Absolutely. You're putting out a message in the universe.
Yeah.
For it to accept it.
Yes, exactly.
Have you read Louise Hay books on the affirmations?
Yes.
Aren't they so
touching?
interesting? And they connect with the soul.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a soul-to-soul direct connection.
Yeah.
Just like a chicken soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds, I think you're hungry right now.
Oh, no, not hungry, but yeah.
Yeah.
But those books have such values, moral stories, and these kind of authors like Louise Hay have put such nice affirmations into our life. And if each one of us practice these affirmations, won't life be what it's supposed to be?
Yes, absolutely. Even why people don't want to write affirmations for themselves. You know who are you? You know what kind of the personality traits that you have.
True.
Why can't start writing the affirmations every day and try to stick somewhere? It could be in your cupboard, it could be in your notebook, or it could be, you can make really an affirmation chart.
Right.
Why can't you do that? People don't want to do it. Hey guys, try exploring the things, unless and until you're not exploring certain things, you're not, trying to welcome the new learnings in your life, you're not till the time, you're not open to the others to give you the suggestions.
Right.
Take the negative feedback and make it positive and start working on it. If someone is giving you a positive feedback, don't feel that you don't have any odds. Obviously, you have the odds. You need to identify it and start working on it. Be you the way you are is what I would like to tell it to the others.
Absolutely, be you. It's so important to be you. Great. What is your quote for the day, or do you want to share something about your life mantra? Rather, you can just tell me what is your life mantra.
Yeah. So my life mantra is keep working, work hard, let success make the noise.
Absolutely, success begins in the mind.
Yes. You should have a positive mindset for that.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very well said. Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Nishika, on having you on board at the Iconic Talk Show. It was a pleasure to interact with you and in conversation with you on our Iconic Talk Show. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you so much, Niraalee, for this wonderful talk. And I'm really happy.
Thank you so much.
Yes.